Thank you. Please be seated. You'll want to be seated because I have a lot of announcements this morning. And I thank you for being here and joining us. And if this is your first Sunday or you've only been with us a couple Sundays before, you're probably going to feel like I went to preaching right now. And I didn't. I just have a lot of things that we need to mention. And it is good to see so many of you back with us. It's good to have Carol back. Bud and Pat were able to come even before, and I'm glad to see them. If you have not met the second Eliana, and I hate that it has to be two of them, but because every child is unique. But Jessica and little Ellie are here today. Make sure you get by and see them. And several of you visiting, people I've not seen before, so thank you for joining us today here at Elmira Baptist Church. I want to begin by thanking Crossroads Christian Church for giving us this piano. If you're wondering where it came from, Crossroads Christian Church not only gave us the piano, they supplied 6 guys to move it into this room. And praise the Lord for His goodness and for that church's generosity in giving us that piano.
What happened to the old one?
The old one's right there. Yep. And if you want to learn to play it, we can have 2 pianists. I've been in churches where they've had 2 pianists playing at the same time. It does work if they're good pianists and they know what they're doing. If you've not watched Scotty's lesson on reciprocal living, it's part 2 of Love One Another, and let me encourage you to do that. And at the end of that lesson, which we missed the end of it here in the Sunday school auditorium, I'm sorry, he gives an update on his health, and it's good news. So please, if you haven't done that yet, watch that. In a few minutes, we will take an offering, and the ushers will be ready to pass the plates if you would like to give. But those of you that are members here, as you know, the church runs off the generosity of our giving. So if you have not given, as I have not, in the month of March, because I missed the first Sunday of March, I was sick the last 2 Sundays, I've just held on to that offering. It's all right here for the whole month. Please give as the Lord leads you. I need some housing for a musical ensemble that's coming in May. They're going to be here May 22nd, which is a Friday night. Stay overnight until May 23rd. Sunday morning, they'll present music here at Elmira Baptist Church. We'll need 4 rooms. There's a couple. There are 3 girls that we need to put in one spot. 2 girls we need to put in another. Evidently, those girls don't get along. And no, that's not true. Just we didn't want to put 5 of them in one house. Then there are 3 boys. So 3 boys, 2 girls, 3 girls, and a couple. I don't need to know right now. Just think about that. Write it down. Send me an email. Send me a text. We'll take whichever little group and we'll get those out. That's not for another 8 weeks, so I want to give you plenty of time to think about that. And I need to meet with the ushers briefly tonight after the evening service. So if you're an usher, come on back tonight, and then right after the evening service, we'll meet briefly. And also, if you are a member, I want to encourage you to come back tonight because I want to give you an update on where we are on this construction project and how you can continue to pray specifically for that. Here in a few minutes, we're going to show a video from Wolf Mountain. And if you were here 2 weeks ago, you saw that. But many of you weren't here 2 weeks ago, and I want you to see it. I want you to count the number of times you see someone you recognize in that Wolf Mountain video. And then after the morning service, we're going to have an informational meeting here at the piano. Tammy's going to lead that, answer any questions you might have, give you some information about that. We've got a half sheet of paper from the camp that we're going to give you as well. And we want to encourage all of you parents to consider sending your children to Wolf Mountain Camp this summer. They need to be going into 4th grade through high school. So that is the age range. I already had a younger guy, he's not yet going into 4th grade, say, can I go? I said, not this year. But keep up that good spirit and we'll get you to camp. So we're going to do that. Next week, we're going to have registration for camp. So this week, information meeting, give you some time to think about it. Next week, we're going to have our Wolf Mountain Camp registration Sunday. Now, the reason that's significant is we get a discount if you register. So you can register, right up through June if you want. You just get to pay the extra. We don't want you to pay the extra because so many of you have given generously towards that. So next week when we do the registration, we do need $50 for each camper. But if that would keep your children from going, everything else being the same, you'd send your kids, but it's that $50 that gets you. Please see me. I had somebody send money this week to cover that expense. So we don't want you to miss it for the money's sake, but we do need that $50 next week when you register your children. What are we doing for Easter? That's next Sunday. I prefer to call it Resurrection Sunday, but next Sunday, we're going to have a sunrise service. How many of you know what time sunrise is around here? 6:45 in the morning. I checked. We'll meet out here on the patio, unless it's pouring down rain. We'll meet out here on the patio at 6:45. We have some Bible reading, some a cappella singing. We just want to rejoice that Jesus is risen. So that'll be next Sunday, 6:45. Afterwards, there'll be some light refreshments. And then I'm going to ask some of you to hang around and help me set up chairs, because next Sunday, if the weather is like it is today, at 11 o'clock, we're going to meet outside. Now, 9:45, the Sunday school classes will still be in their classrooms, but at 11 o'clock, we'll meet outside here on the patio, and you tell the people you're inviting, hey, we're meeting outside. Because I invited a lady recently, and she was like, well, I'm going to meet inside with you. I said, no, it's going to be outside. Oh, okay, then I'll come. So you invite your family, your friends, neighbors, tell them that unless it's drenching rain or really windy, sometimes we have those windstorms that blow trees down. Unless it's like that, we're going to meet outside next Sunday at 11. And then, how many of you, by the way, have already invited someone? Okay, you need to go out this week and invite somebody. There are some invitations in the foyer there, little quarter sheet of paper that'll give them all the details. And again, emphasize that we will be meeting outside next Sunday at 11. 5 o'clock we'll meet inside, and then after that we will observe the Lord's Supper, and that's all in your bulletin. I want to make sure I get all those to you. Yes, all right, so Caleb, let's sing again.